Tapping in, yo. I want to tap in with this. This is Jerry Jones talking, y'all.
Narrowed down to where all we're talking about is right now in the next playoff season. And that's it for everybody. We're all in.
We're all in.
We're all in.
Well,
It's all right there.
that's right.
Let's okay.
Okay.
We got some things out here in the future, another 2 or 3 years on contracts, all that stuff. Let's all get in here. Zero right now in this.
Right.
Tax got his year.
Please, let's talk about this, y'all.
That's right here. We all got a lot on the line for that playoff game.
That's right, Jerry.
It's a lot of it. So you got to understand the weird way of looking at it.
You don't understand? I'm going to explain it to you. Skip got this weird face on. Let me explain it to you as soon as you get done with this stupid shit you about to say.
I'm not spending any more money on y'all ass.
That's right. That's right. That's what he said, Keith.
No, not pushing everything to the table and getting something to say all out. No. What he has decided to do at the end of the season was use the words all in, so it ignited the mindsets of the Skip Baylesses and the Michael Irvins of the world to think that they was getting ready to go out there and spend record-breaking free agent contract money and all of these sort of things. What he said on all in, like he said,
Right.
is you got to sometime condense things down. Realize that that's what he told me. Right now, here today, Skip.
Right. Day.
We ain't thinking about tomorrow like everybody
Else is.
Because we got the quarterback, you got the contract, so let's go. You here.
Right.
You got a contract, you here.
Right.
We got other guys that got 2 and 3 years left on their deals. One's missing, the other one is in camp. We're not worried about contracts. What we worried about is erasing that 30-something year history of getting to the NFC Championship game.
Right.
First and foremost, we're not
all y'all want y'all money. I want a fucking ring.
If you want an extension and you want big money, take care of business.
That's right.
And I'm willing to overpay if you do your
job. Right.
Because he's tired of hearing the Skip Baylesses of the world every week coming out talking about how much money they spending, they ain't winning nothing, this, that, and that.
Right.
That's all he's saying. That's exactly what he's saying.
I ain't mad at him. I am not mad at that man.
So let's giddy up, let's get going, and let's try to win some games, Skip. That's what he's saying. And he will address your contract when you take care of business. And if so be it, you decide to leave in free agency because whatever reasons, then guess what? I got another guy that I can turn to, potentially in trade land, so I can find another quarterback. Yeah. Because that's what he's speaking to.
For real, bro.
He's speaking
For real.
He's speaking
I'm sitting up here saying.
But he's also talking to Michael Parsons, and he's letting CeeDee Lamb know, we right now ain't even thinking about your contract.
Right.
That's what he's doing.
Right.
Man, I think
you sound like Jerry's press secretary.
You sound good. You sound good, Keyshawn. For a change. You really sound right on the nail on the head.
Because based on the regular season, they've been successful. You don't care about the regular season.
Right.
What does this man say about the postseason record of Dak Prescott? He's 2-5. Right. That's all Skip harps on. Right. Well, this happens in every sport. I feel like in sports, when you get ownership and then certain players, they get put at the crossroads, Skip, because you look and say, man, on the flip side, I have one of the best corners in the league. All right. Parsons, one of the best at his position. Dak, second to MVP. So now I ask myself, hey, these guys, based on their numbers, they demand high salaries. Based on their numbers. If you just throw the wins and playoffs out the window, based on what Michael Parsons, 5th most sacks in the first 3 seasons in NFL history, Dak,
man, we don't. Man, fuck that shit. Come on now, my ass. That's why Jerry need to read. This is how you reconstruct shit.
To be mediocre is what he's saying. That's what he's saying, because he's been doing it. That's what he's saying. Like, is he saying, should I be paying billions in revenue and taxes and payroll and all of this And he gets
No.
Walker getting the same results?
Nope. No, he should not.
It sounded like he was just kind of flipping his tongue and saying all these other. Yeah, that's what it said. It was confusion. And one way they say, I ain't paying nobody a damn thing until we figure it out. But how you gonna figure it out if you got CD sitting out?
He'll come to his senses.
You gotta pay him.
What's important?
Man,
It's important to you to prove, because it's as he said,
If
it's a proven
CD
year.
sitting at home and you start the season,
Okay,
what you gonna do?
but here's what it unlike your sport, because I don't ever see NBA players sitting.
Ain't no sit out.
Ain't no sit out, right? Unlike your sport, right? Unlike his sports skip. The owners in the National Football League, they play games and up into pressure points. And what I mean by that, right now, there's no pressure point. He ain't missing nothing.
Yeah.
But when you start missing the checks, see, that's what Jerry is banking on stuff like that. Because I ain't gonna miss no check. I'm Jerry Jones.
that's right.
My yacht is as big as
That's
the building.
right.
I'm not gonna miss
He's
no
gonna get
things.
it one way or another.
That's the part.
On
When motherfuckers be sitting up here talking about Jerry's in trouble in it.
because
Why?
there's two guys
Shut the
I
fuck
can
up.
think of right now that's not in training camp. Trent Williams and CeeDee Lamb are probably the only two that I can think of that's not in training camp. You know how lonely that is? When you're the only dude out chilling and everybody else is in training camp, that's what they bet on. When you ain't in the building, you sitting there with your girl or your wife, and that's it. You like,
But you in the back of your mind, I got a CD. Like I know I got at least 100 coming.
that's true. But he's banking on that pressure point to get to him and make him come in.
Keyshawn, what do you always say about training camp? What does it do to your brain when you have to go back to training camp? He's chilling and happy.
He's chilling. But guess what though, Skip? That chill gonna run out eventually. Because as the season
It's
gets
a long
on,
camp.
your body
Yeah.
gets the its. I mean, I've been retired forever, and every time training camp run around, I'm like,
I understand.
you know what I'm supposed to be doing?
Okay. Look, I preface again. I love Jerry Jones. I know him really, really well. I spent a whole lot of time with and around Jerry Jones.
They don't act
This
like
is
you
lunacy
know
what
him
happened
right.
before your very eyes.
I was not.
That
I was
was
not, man.
that was scary. Trying to follow his train of thought yesterday, which it can usually be scary, but this was just a bunch of misleading gobbledygook where Jerry was getting lost in his own explanation.
Yeah.
Because at one point he's saying, let's focus on right now. Forget about all those months. Let's focus on that playoff game. He's eliminating the whole season, saying all that matters to him
Right.
now is how do we
Right.
play, how do we perform in our first playoff game?
Right.
Are we sure there's going to be a first playoff game? Because when you're all out for the whole offseason, when your draft left me wanting a whole lot more, and I think most people, because they did not get a good draft grade, they got one of the worst draft grades in the league. When you have done next to nothing in the offseason to make a team better that was down 27-0 in the single most embarrassing playoff game I can ever remember any good team playing at home as the 2 seed, down 48-16 early in the fourth quarter at home against the youngest team in the playoffs, the 7 seed.
Making them better was getting rid of Dak.
And you do nothing to improve it or to shake it up at all.
For real.
And now you're saying, I'm all in. All I care about is that playoff game. And he's talking about the next one they're going to play. Are you sure they're going to play a playoff game? Because I'm not. I'm seriously not sure because.
Well, I'm not sure they are either, but
Yeah.
he feels good about
All
their
right.
chances.
Okay.
Right.
So,
Just
on top
saying.
of all this, the Athletic is reporting, to your point, CD is going to sit out for weeks. That's the prediction, and he will, and he might get itchy and antsy and all the above.
He will,
Okay, well, he will.
and they're betting on that.
Yeah, and they're betting on it, but he's got his team saying, hang tough, man, because there's a whole big... We're not,
Hey, this is a weird ass game they gotta be playing. I wouldn't like this game. That's what Jerry just trying to do right. What he should be. Let him finish. Let him finish, y'all.
And
I'll tell y'all.
Two-word answer, Green Bay. That was it. Period. Okay? It's because they were down 27-0. I don't know how the man kept his job after that because That's unacceptable to me, and I think it'd be unacceptable to any other owner in this league. So the point is that Jerry is trying to explain the inexplicable. And the more he talked, the worse it got. Which brings me to the other soundbite. I got to play for you to get your reaction to it, because this is a favorite phrase of Jerry's that he used to me many, many times for the books I wrote on the Cowboys. He has a high tolerance for ambiguity, meaning he's a risk taker. He's a plunger. He was able to buy the Dallas Cowboys because he was high risk, high reward in the oil fields. You plunge. He lost his shirt. He lost it all at one point, and then he won it all enough to buy the Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah.
And he's trying to explain that this is how he operates, and this is the league that he's trying to compete against. It requires a high tolerance for ambiguity. So check this soundbite out.
We've got a lot of ambiguity in the team. I have ambiguity everywhere in the things that I look at and do.
Right.
And so I'm maybe the best thing that God gave me was a tolerance for ambiguity. And so that's what you have. That's what frustrates you. And in frustrating you, obviously, it frustrates fans to not have closure or to not have bright lines. That's not in my mind. That's not in my life. And so that I don't ever anticipate it getting any better with the NFL and the Cowboys. As a matter of fact, since we last met here last year, there's been even more ambiguity thrown on the table. Hello, NFL.
I'm confused, dude. I don't know what was said.
He's actually admitting he's a little lost right now because he's tried different things. He's tried plunging. He's tried to go arch conservative, and everything keeps changing. And now he's got 3 big contracts hanging over his head that he has not remotely addressed yet. And he's saying, I don't care because this is my life. I'm high risk, high reward. And I'm not afraid. He's saying, I'm just going to go ahead.
Right. I'll make this team out of all
To not pay my star.
$15 and $30 million motherfuckers, and it'll be the best team in the league.
People think I should be dressing because if it's worth anything to them, they'll play at the level that they're supposed to play at to get me what I need. And guess what? I'll give them whatever. If Dak Prescott goes out there and he wins me a Super Bowl, I'll pay him. I'll give him $500 million fully guaranteed.
Right.
Because I don't care.
Right.
If I have to pay more, it doesn't.
I don't got no problem with it. You go win one,
100%.
I'll pay you with everything you want and then some.
Yeah.
We're going to play it out. I hope that CeeDee Lamb get off that couch and say, tired of sitting around, come up here. And if they get us to the conference championship, the championship game, then I'll pay everybody. That's what he's saying.
No problem at all. Look, as one owner in the National Football League, I can guarantee you that he does not have a problem paying players.
Say they don't do well.
Then that's on them. That's what he's saying.
Dak walks.
He doesn't care.
Then
Then
bye.
I'm going to blow it up after the season anyway.
Right.
Back to mediocre.
Everybody.
And we'll still be the richest franchise in the shit. We'll still be the richest franchise in the shit.
You show me that you
Fuck
can
that.
win the Super Bowl, and I will give you $500 million.
There's nothing to get better this year. Nothing to get better.
They must feel their roster's good.
I mean, 12-4 is good.
But they lost some of the people off the team that went 12.
They lost a bunch of
Yeah, they lost a bunch of people.
And
And they replaced them, but Skip didn't think they replaced them with quality players.
They have spent by far the least money through the offseason.
$5 million.
They spent $3 million on the immortal Eric Hendricks. They spent $2 million.
That's
on
right.
what's left of his
Jerry, I'm saying you, Jerry don't like that these motherfuckers, y'all letting these motherfuckers dictate what we pay them? No. Hell no.
And I'm thinking, Jerry.
And of not results, no.
Last year in that
No.
they got you sent home with your tail between your legs.
Yeah.
And where has all your tolerance for ambiguity gotten Cowboy Nation for almost 30 years. It's been 29 years since my team even played in an NFC Championship game. Almost 29 years, obviously, since Michael and Troy and Emmett won that Super Bowl in Tempe, Arizona, against the Pittsburgh Steelers. It's been a long time. That's a lot of years where in Jerry we trust became.
That's why Jerry's saying
we must trust.
we must. I need to
I'm watching this yesterday.
reconstruct this motherfucker.
As I watched him speak and try to keep his thread going, I started thinking, you know, if he represented a political party and he was a candidate about to run for office, there would be an outcry within the party to replace him because that's how bad it got. Am I right?
Yeah, I speak Jerry, so I kind of understand what he said.
So do I, but even that lost me yesterday.
Yo, because you want to be lost. Because you want to be lost. You want to be lost.
Yeah, that is difficult.
He's tired of paying
Right.
That's
for a team that gets bounced to the playoffs.
Right.
So he'd rather take a chance
Right.
and have some starving, hungry players.
I'm
One
telling
thing
you,
in professional football, Paul, so that you know, and Skip knows this to a degree, when dudes are in their contract type years, all of a sudden, they become something different. They become better.
Right.
So that's what he is banking on.
Right.
If you really want your money, you're going to play at a certain level. That Micah Parsons fading in the last 5 or 6 games,
Last 2 years.
last couple years,
Right.
he's banking on me holding my checkbook in my hand.
Niggas all talking all this, y'all so good. But all these big ass games, y'all been shit. Man, I'm tired, man. I don't give a fuck. I'm not paying,
Can you
boy.
show me that? That's what he's hoping. Can you all of a sudden become Aaron Donald for us? And if you become Aaron Donald for us, guess what I'll do? I will make you the highest paid defensive player in the history of the game. That's all he's saying. He's just doing it the Jerry Arkansas way.
I ain't mad at him.
I also remind you, this man is 81 years of age. He is often, not often, but occasionally referred to his mortality, like I'm not going to be here forever. And the window is closing on Jerry's ability to go win a Super Bowl. He's also said publicly, there's no check I wouldn't write to win a Super Bowl.
Absolutely.
And yet, here we are this year, and while everybody in the division is getting a whole lot to some better, Jerry's just sitting on his hands, writing no checks, doing nothing. I don't know. It doesn't make a lot of sense to me. And unless you're halfway hoping, as I've told you before, that it just implodes and you just blow the whole thing up and you try to draft Shadeur and bring
You
Dion.
could have just traded that, though, and fired Mike McCarthy and brought Dion and Shadeur this year. You don't need
Well, I mean, you can't get Shadeur until you.
Well, you could have got him. You could have got him. If they had him come in the draft and got him.
Oh, if you just told him.
Yeah, if you wanted to, if that was really your focus, you could have fired Mike McCarthy, hired Prime, and told his son to come out of the draft, or tell Prime, we're gonna draft you next year. We just need you to coach the team this year. I mean, yeah, there's ways of getting around it.
There's also a way you just tank for Shadeur next year. Seriously.
Yeah,
That's what it. That's
I mean,
how
it just smells like that.
yeah, but
that's what it smelled like.
Yeah.
nah, because somebody else might be worse than you. Now what?
Well, I know, but then you'd have to trade for that. You know, you'd be all in.
Whatever worked it out, Jerry. Jerry's a shrewd businessman. Man, ain't just because he got all that money, I'm just giving my money away to these dudes. No.
I don't know why. I mean, I get why he's saying y'all not winning enough for me to pay y'all. I understand it.
And
He's been listening to you, Skip. He's listening to you. This is what you advocating for.
I have, and I got that. And he did refer to, I got that for one more year.
Okay,
well, I said, wow,
That's just telling you
Yeah.
how he's thinking and how he feels.
it's all inevitable.
But if I'm Zach, I'm going out there, I'm going to play my best in the history I've ever played.
Okay.
And I'm going to make it so hard.
No, he got to win the MVP.
I'm going, whatever I need to do, I'm going to
Win the Super Bowl, man. God damn.
Okay. Would you agree with me that Philly got way better while Dallas got a little worse? A little worse.
Philly got better, for sure. I don't know what Dallas got because I don't know what those other guys are. Those other guys might really be good, though.
Which other guys?
That they drafted,
Oh, no.
they might be good.
No, it's not going to be instant impact. It won't be. I can promise you.
Well,
It's not over with yet either.
you don't know nothing.
Another week there'll be dudes getting cut and all sorts of stuff.
Yeah, maybe. All right. Wouldn't you agree with me that the Commanders are coming?
Yes, absolutely,
Yes.
1,000%.
All right. And would you agree with me that the Giants at least got a little better?
The Giants got better. Yeah,
Better.
they got better.
All right. So 1 + 1 + 1 equals no playoffs.
I got you at 9.
No
Anyway,
playoffs. All in the
I got you going 2 and 4 to start the season.
And you do.
That's tough.
Boy, this hurts.
Ambiguity.
That's the new word for the day.
Up next,
And
yes, this was it.
I can't even say it.
Report that Bronny's presence caused some problems within the Summer League Lakers.
all right. So basically, you know what I mean? What I want to say is, I've said it throughout the joint, but my last official little thing to say is, I'm not mad at Jerry Jones. I think he is doing the absolutely brilliantest thing he could do. To saying, you know, these guys that came, I keep hearing them talk about what the market is. This is what the market dictates. I had, you know, they talking about this the other day on, you know, First Take or whatever, saying the market this, the market that. You let these dudes, you know, make this market, build y'all market up, and, you know, y'all let them take over y'all market with you know, with that shit. Jerry saying the hell with that. I'll have this thing with a bunch of $10 and $15 million, top $30 million guys, and we'll be the best team here. That's what I'm working on. I ain't trying to be, just because I'm the one. I'm the face of this place. I make this thing worth all this money for real. You know, just giving my money to y'all for no results. I don't got a problem with paying if you give me what I want. But I done paid y'all enough for no results. You feel me? I done paid you enough for no results. Fuck that. And I ain't paying for that shit no more. So, that's my take, man. I'll holler back, man. I tap back in. Y'all stay ready.